I've been way up, way down. I've been king of the world, laid out. I know what it feels like living my life in high and low spaces. All I really know is I don't really know, no. All I really know is I don't really know. Yeah. You see it all like it's in slow motion. I see it drop and think I've seen the ocean. You hold the world, but I can't hold my own emotion. Maybe I should trust you. Oh, yeah. You hold it. My hopes up, guard down. I've been through enough to know now. But hindsight into real life feels like sometimes flying, sometimes falling. All I really know is you're my only hope. Hope. All I really know is you're my only hope. You see it all like it's in slow motion. I see it drop and think I've seen the ocean. You hold the world, but I can't hold my own emotion. Maybe I should trust you. Oh, yeah. You hold it. We all have our own perspectives. It's a curse and it's a blessing. We all have our own perspectives. We have ours and you have heaven's. You see it all like it's in slow motion. I see it drop and think I've seen the ocean. Hold the world, but I can't hold my own emotion. Maybe I should trust you. You see it all like it's in slow motion. I see it drop and think I've seen the ocean. You hold the world, but I can't hold my own emotion. Maybe I should trust you. Oh, yeah. You hold it.
Good evening. It's 7 o'clock, July 17th, and this is a serious podcast. Well, he was certainly hanging out.
Ah, Sam.
Sam. What's up, guys? Nice to be here. Check me out, huh? In the big boy chair. I got a promotion and a raise. No.
Not at all. We couldn't find anybody better. Just
well,
kidding,
that's actually
Sam.
sort of a compliment. You couldn't find anyone better than me.
I like how your positive attitude took that insult and spun it into a positive light.
No one here is better than me. That just seems arrogant. Anyways, what's been going on in the world? Hockey. Hockey is back.
Yes.
Do you have any hockey fans? August 1st is when the
Didn't-
playoff round
And didn't
starts.
Canada get both hub cities? So like Toronto and Edmonton
And
as
Edmonton.
host. It's a
Calgary's going to
beautiful
win it.
thing. No, they're not.
No, they're not. They might. You never know. They might. If you like hockey, drop your favorite team down in the comments. Maybe start politely disagreeing with each other about who's going to win it. Or just go right for it and say the Flames are going to. Kanye
Flame.
West running for president.
I don't know how I feel about that because he just had like that whole like Christian album, Jesus Messiah.
Yeah.
He's running for president, but he's Kanye West.
Yeah.
Like,
And
why do celebrities think that they can like run for political office? Like, don't you have to?
But Ronald Reagan was an actor.
I mean, Donald Trump was too. He had a TV show. But
Con-
like, still,
Yeah. Kanye West, president 2020. That would be something.
it would be
Imagine-
something.
Imagine the memes. Those would be. Who would his vice president be? I don't know. Anyways, moving
Lil
on.
Wayne.
Ooh, the last thing that's happening in the world. The fellow currently seated in the skit chair is leaving us for a
A little bit.
relatively long period of time, medium period of time. He's getting
Yeah,
married.
I'm getting married,
Getting
so
hooked up. He's going.
see ya. Sorry.
This is the last one.
Yeah.
Soak it in while you can. Look at him. There's nobody better.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some people, some of you guys, to come and join us here.
How many people do we have watching? Jake, what's up? What's the number up to?
That's a good question, actually. Let me see.
Ooh.
6.
Six people. Ashley, are you watching? I gotta shout you out if you are. We haven't done it before. Ashley,
Abby is here. Abigail is here. Shane
Abby.
is here. Mom is here. Maybe that's Dad.
Mom. I think that was for you though,
I
not
don't
my
know.
mom. Your mom.
you sure your mom doesn't watch this?
Positive.
Is
Pretty positive.
Mrs. Shields. Come
Matt
on.
will come back with a new perspective on life.
That
says
is
my mom.
Very true. Very true.
He'll come back so much more mature.
That is not necessarily true.
Ashley, if you're watching, yes. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning in like every week.
There might be 6 feeds going, but there's 3 people at the Michellis household. So
Hey, let's go. That's
Hey, Michellises.
which Michellises aren't watching.
Mom and Dad?
no, I think Dad is watching.
Dawson and Mom?
Okay. Anyways, question of the night.
Ooh.
This is actually one of my favorite questions to ask people. Is cereal a soup? Is it? Does it count? Does it have the right properties to be a soup?
I mean, yes.
I mean, the automatic Google insert for is
No, don't tell
cereal
us yet.
A,
Wait, no,
it-
don't.
No, 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 no,
don't
no,
say.
No, no, that's not what I'm saying. As soon as I type is cereal A, it automatically fills in a soup. It just wants me to.
Well,
already do it.
totally.
I don't, and here's why. Because soup, the liquid in soup is like broth, which
But it
broth
isn't-
is like water with stuff in it boiled to make the flavor go into the water.
Is it always broth, though? Tomato soup.
I mean, there's got to be vegetable stock in there. I don't know.
And if you have an answer, that's more debatable than sports.
Cereal
Throw
is
it in
soup?
there. Tell us what you think. Shane, I expect a intricate answer that's so woven in facts and knowledge.
See, my cereal question wouldn't be is cereal a soup? For me, it's like, do you put the cereal in the bowl then the milk, or milk then the cereal? Because I know people that go milk then cereal.
I like to pour the milk, then put the cereal, then put the bowl on top.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. we
Classic Shane.
have a gift card hidden again.
Yes.
We got Jake watching the comments. If you find that gift card, send it in, and if you get it right at the end of the podcast, we will announce you. You will win that gift card.
Yes,
It's
you
for
must
fast
comment
food.
the exact location
And-
of said gift card.
It's the
Precisely.
first comment. that I
First
see, right?
comment.
Yep.
All right.
First
all right.
time. You have to be correct. If you're not correct, well, you didn't get
And
it.
we won't even tell you if you're correct.
You just have to wait
because-
till the end.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to hang on and
So,
see.
Do you guys want this answer that I have for is cereal or soup? No? Later? Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait.
No, we'll wait.
We'll wait.
We'll wait.
We
We got time.
getting ahead of us. It's all
We
right.
got time. Okay, that's all I got. Let's move it over to the man who's leaving us, Matt Shields.
Is that my name now? The man who's leaving us?
the man who is abandoning us?
Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. All right. Welcome to the Skit Couch. I think this is like the first show that we've done where you can see both of us at the same time. I have no idea if you can see us both right now or if it's just me,
No.
but that's really cool. So like,
It's just Matt right now.
it's just me. And today's skit, if you can't, I've got a screen in front of me, so I think you can see it. We're going to do a thank you skit. And basically what this is I am going to just write a bunch of thank you notes to the world for some of the wonderful things that we have. We just have such a great world. And anyway, let's get to the thank you list. I think I didn't write these. That's how much this podcast has grown. I have my own writing staff. It was Sam and Andy. They wrote it.
Their names were Andy and Sam, but we will not specify the writing crew's last names for privacy reasons.
Yeah, it's a copyright infringement or something. Anyway, here we go. Thank you, Kanye West, for running for president and giving us a better choice than what we have now. I like that because it implies we have a choice in the American election.
All Canadians like to pretend that we do.
Well, they care more about it than their own election.
Yeah, it's true.
Here we go. Thank you, Phase 2 opening, for allowing us outside and freeing us from mindlessly scrolling through Netflix. Amen to that.
Yeah. Hannah and Ben always like marathon movies.
Ooh.
Like they've gone through Batman, Hunger Games, Lord of the Rings, and I'm saying that they're the ones who press play, but I definitely watched them all as well.
I'm pretty sure Ben's on like the third run through of Fresh Prince.
Yeah,
Whoa.
probably.
Diversify, my dude. Diversify. Here we go. Thank you, COVID's second wave, for distancing us, I struggled there, from murder hornets. Like, what are murder hornets? I heard about this, but then I didn't hear anything about it.
They're like
So
the giant
genuinely-
Asian hornets.
Like
Yeah.
those
Ones that are
Japanese.
like the huge ones.
Yeah, like I've seen those. They're brutal and scary looking.
Getting stung
yeah,
by
they're
one.
the same ones.
It's
But
supposed
did they
to.
come to Canada?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's getting stung by one. It's supposed to feel like getting a hot nail.
Yeah.
Driven into
No,
your
I
skin.
watched a video of a guy getting stung by one.
Oh,
And
Coyote
he, like,
Peterson?
No, it was a
Oh,
different guy. It
different
was
guy.
like a live, and he passed out.
Yeah, no
yeah, wouldn't be
kidding.
surprised. Coyote Peterson didn't pass out. That man's he's insane.
Yeah,
Those
he's
guys have
insane.
like claymore swords for stingers.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, they're
nasty.
huge.
Here we go. Thank you, fast food servers, for always wishing us a nice day, even though we both know you don't mean it.
Have a nice day. Thanks.
Hey, you know what? I've actually met some really nice servers.
The
but,
guy
like,
at
for
Wendy's.
the most part.
The
Which
guy at
one?
Wendy's is like genuinely super excited that you got your spicy chicken combo.
Yeah, there's a guy at McDonald's too. Sometimes I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure his name is Neo,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Matrix.
The
Matrix.
The workers at Chick-fil-A, which I've never been to, apparently always mean it.
They
Yeah,
say
very
my
nice.
pleasure
Yes,
My
because it's company
pleasure.
mandated.
that's awesome.
Okay, number 5. Thank you, Sandaltan, for reminding me how pasty white I really am. I don't even need a Sandaltan for that. All I gotta do is lift my t-shirt sleeve.
I'm tan everywhere.
I've always wanted to do that, throw my cue card, and I just did it. awesome.
Bethany Gordon says I like that man.
What?
Bethany Gordon says I like that man.
No, yeah, she would.
That's you probably.
Probably. Have to be. I hope.
Bethany,
Anyway,
you like me?
number 6. Thank you to Summer Break for 12 years of false expectations about what life after school would be like. Isn't that the truth?
I'm sort of living that right now. I'm like working
that the
all
truth?
the time. I'm like, oh, this is not July.
Those of you in high school, listen to someone who has been out of high school for 6 years.
Wow, you're old.
your life will never be better than when you're in high school.
Ooh.
It's so easy, 0 responsibilities. And if you have a job, you got a little bit of money. It's like you think life is so hard in high school, and then you go to college and you're like, wow, life in high school was way easier. Then you graduate college and you get to working and you're like, wow. And I'm sure once I get married, life is going to get like different and probably harder. And then
Yeah.
kids,
That's a
life just
wise
never
choice of
gets
words right
easier.
there.
It is a lie told to us by McDonald's.
You
when I get married,
wordsmithed
life
that
is
really
gonna be
well.
Different.
Different.
That's a,
It's going to be
there's
different.
Another,
It's not
there's
going to be
another word you
bad.
could have used there that starts with D. Difficult. Glad you chose the other one.
He was difficult. Didn't even come to his mind.
No,
No, it's good.
it was
good.
always different. It's just going to be different. It's fine. Number 7. Thank you to Spike. I feel like this is targeted at me.
No.
No.
Thank you to Spikeball for demonstrating to all my friends how little hand-eye coordination I really have.
Man, your hand-eye coordination.
That
is
one.
great.
That one was written by the Sam. Can't say the last name, but that one was
The
written
Sam
by the
whom
Sam.
I played Spikeball with.
I didn't specify. I might not have good hand-eye coordination.
Can confirm.
Can confirm.
Yeah, I don't.
Only during Spikeball though. I threw a pencil at him at the beginning of this podcast, and he just like
I caught it like Thor's
he-
hammer.
Yeah, yeah. He was like he was summoning the pencil.
He has his moments. Here we go. Thank you, Summer Storms, for teaching me that the dog isn't the only one who puddles when it thunders. I can't
Piddles.
relate to that, but obviously
Piddles,
that's like
puddles?
from the Moffat home.
Obi puddles all the time.
Such a cute way of saying it. Puddles.
It's probably a typo.
I think
but
it's
it is
supposed to.
cute.
Yeah, it's adorable. That's what it's supposed to say.
Cute.
Number 9. Thank you, Sundry, for making everywhere else seem like a lovely place to live.
Oh, burn.
You know what's
Nice.
funny about that?
What?
I was born in Sundry.
Ha burn.
Like 100% truth.
But
And-
self burn, those are
so
rare.
so Didsbury must have felt so great.
I mean, I was just born there. We never lived there. So.
Oh, burn. Okay.
And number 10, thank you to FBC Olds for opening up so we could come together to worship again. Yes!
That's
Church
an actual thing.
Saturday night and Sunday morning is now open. You can book your spots online. Yeah. That's what I have to say about that. That was our skit. Round of applause through the internet for our awesome writers, the Andy and the Sam. And what we have next for you before we kick it over to the host chair to Sam is our prayer prompter. Last week we asked you guys to be praying for phase 2, that the opening will be going well, and it has been. Speaking from trying to plan a wedding, we can now have more people than anticipated, and it's great. Phase 2 is going well. Hopefully we don't have any super outbreaks with church opening because that would be no good. This week, we want you to pray for the live services. The live stream Sunday services is what we're referring to there. Be praying for them because this new change in opening church and trying to live stream as well, it is making the tech people at the church, it's making their job a lot bigger. Be praying for them that everything would go well and go smooth and that, yeah, it would just be awesome to get back together and to continue doing what we're doing. That's our prayer prompter for the week. Make sure that you add it to your prayer list, which by the end of this summer through the podcast should be like 20 feet long. Well, make sure you add it. Be praying for them. Let's kick it back over to Sam for our Devo.
That's right. That's right. It's weird that I didn't have to wait for the camera to move to
Yeah,
me.
it kind of throws you off, eh?
Like I'm like, I just heard a click and then, ooh, it's me. Anyways, I hope you guys watched the Well Hello It's Morning. That was me again doing the Devo. If you didn't, that's all right. We walked through the story of Joseph, not all the way, and we're going to pick up on his story from where we left off there. So Joseph had become pretty much the most powerful man in Egypt. The Pharaoh was the only one who was above him, but only because of the throne. Joseph pretty much controlled everything. And his brothers had come, the brothers who had sold him into slavery, and they had come and they had asked for grain. And they had bowed down before him, just like that dream that Joseph had had. And yeah, that was all fulfilled. God was in control. So when the brothers came, Joseph treated them very roughly. You know, that's what brothers do. Happens to me. And he accused his brothers, Joseph accused his brothers of being spies, knowing fully well that they weren't. His brothers didn't recognize Joseph, and they tried to explain to him that, no, like, we're brothers. We have another brother at home, which was Benjamin, and they said we lost a brother. They said we have one that is not with us right now. And that's one of the times that they bring up Joseph again, and they're going to do it a lot more times throughout the rest of the story, because you start to see that guilt of what they've done to Joseph start to creep up into their minds, and they start to think about it a lot more. So Joseph tells them to prove that they're not spies, they must go back to their home and bring Benjamin with them. And they have to leave one of the brothers in Egypt. They're not allowed to come back without Benjamin. Joseph says, you cannot see my face again unless you bring your other brother. A little bit of an ultimatum. So the brothers talk it over. And when they talk, they believe that in this moment that God is punishing them for what they did to Joseph. They even talk about how they remember Joseph pleading, like, please don't do this to me. Please don't toss me in the pit and then sell me to slaves. And Reuben, the oldest, even calls it a reckoning for his blood. So the brothers are really starting to feel like, okay, what we've done all those years ago is finally coming back to bite us. So the sons leave, and Simeon stays behind. And before they leave, Joseph fills their packs with grain, and he gives the gold back. So when the brothers leave, it's going to seem like they stole the money. And when they're partway through the trip, at the rest stop, they check their bags, and the money's in it. And yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I check the money and be like, oh boy, this is no good. Egypt is the most powerful country in the world at that point, and it seems like you just stole from the most powerful man in that most powerful country. And again, they bring up Joseph. They're like, God is punishing us for what we've done. So they get back to Jacob, their dad, and they explain everything. They said that they were treated roughly and that they can't go back without Benjamin. And Benjamin's Daddy-O's new favorite. And Daddy-O's not happy about this ultimatum. He does not want Benjamin to leave because he's afraid he's going to lose Benjamin the same way that he lost Joseph. Oh boy. Now, the famine continued like it did, like the dream that was prophesied. And Jacob asked his sons to go back, but the sons were like, no way. We aren't going back, not without Benjamin. And very reluctantly, Jacob finally agrees, and they all leave. And when they arrive with Benjamin, Joseph throws a feast for them, and he ate with all his brothers. And he asked really personal questions at that point, like, hey, like, how's your dad doing? How's family life? Kind of the things that, you probably wouldn't expect a person of Joseph's stature to ask. And then after the meal, after he had feasted with all of his brothers, he sent them back. And this time, he put his silver cup in the bag of Benjamin, along with the grain and the gold. That's not very good. That silver cup is a very important thing for Joseph. So at this point, it kind of seems like Joseph is being a little bit slimy, like he adds the gold back to make him a little nervous, and this time he's put the cup back. But it's important to note that what Joseph is doing, he's not doing fully out of a sense of revenge. Like, he's not trying to punish his brothers. There's different motive behind it. So Joseph told his guards to go and overcome his brother partway through the trip. So that's what they do. And when that happens, the brothers are like, wait, we didn't do anything. Nothing's wrong. And they search through the brothers from oldest to youngest. That would be so nerve-wracking as they get through each brother, and then as they get to the last one, Benjamin, who the cup is with, and the one that all the brothers do not want to lose, they pull out that silver cup. And it says that the brothers were so distraught that they tore their clothes. Yeah. And they get sent back, and they say, why have you done this to Joseph? And when the brothers fall down, before Joseph, they say, God has found our guilt. which is interesting because they know that they're not guilty of stealing that cup. But what they do know that they're guilty of is they're guilty of doing what they did to Joseph. So the commentary that I was reading was saying that them saying God has found out our guilt, they weren't talking about the silver cup. Again, they are bringing up the guilt that they felt for doing what they did to their brothers, or to their brother, to Joseph. So Judah is the one who explains everything, and he explains the whole story to Joseph, not really knowing that Joseph knows the whole core of the story. And after Judah pleads with Joseph saying, please spare my younger brother. He even says, take me instead. Joseph couldn't hold it together any longer, and he revealed himself to his brothers. He said, man, it's me, it's Joseph. And again, if I was a brother and I had done that to Joseph and now Joseph revealed himself, I wouldn't be like, oh, yay, it's Joseph. I'd be like, oh, it's Joseph. I'd be kind of nervous. Not only had I been recently thinking so much about what I had done to Joseph, now he's in a position of authority over me, and I already feel like I'm being punished by God. This must feel like the top point of that. Like, this is where it's all going to come crashing down. But Joseph didn't reveal himself to punish his brothers. He revealed himself because he'd already forgiven his brothers. And what he told his brothers was, it wasn't you who sent me to Egypt, but it was God. Despite the choices that you made, despite the choices that the brothers made, it was God who had sent Joseph to Egypt. It was always God who was in control. So God sent Joseph ahead of his brothers so he could provide for them. He could give him that grain, and eventually they're going to settle there in Egypt. And he gives them the best land that he can in Egypt. All the while, Joseph forgives his brothers of what they did to him. He pleaded with them, please, don't send me into that pit. Don't condemn me to die. And they didn't. And before they even come before him, he's already forgiven them. Because he understands that it was God's plan all along. All the struggles that he faced, he knew that God was still in control. So the brothers had expected punishment. They deserved punishment. But instead of that, they experienced God's grace through Joseph because of Joseph's understanding of God's plan. So God is merciful. And despite the fact that we deserve punishment just as much as the brothers deserve punishment, if you're a follower of Jesus, God provides grace for you. He provides forgiveness. You're saved. And it's open to anyone who accepts it. So if Joseph is willing to forgive his brothers, and God is willing to forgive us, it's also a call that we forgive people who have done wrong by us. And we should tell them about what God has for them. Joseph, man, what a story of forgiveness. There's so much through that story. The whole story, it seems like he's rising through power. Joseph has so much success, but it's so much less of a story about Joseph's success and way more a story about God's faithfulness to his promises and how God is always in control. So God is always in control, and God is a merciful, forgiving God, despite the fact that we are very guilt-ridden. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. God is merciful. Forgive others just as God forgives you. And I hope you like that. That's one of my favorite stories from the Bible. Okay, moving on. We are ready to answer one of my favorite questions. Is cereal a soup? What do you got for us, Jake? What do you got for us?
All right, I got lots of answers here. I actually had to take out my headphones because the sound is 2 seconds late, so it's really hard to talk when you hear yourself.
I started hearing myself reverb. There was a while there where I was talking really
that's
slowly.
because the speakers were going.
And just so you guys know, that's because I was talking and I was hearing myself back, and I was trying not to mess up what I was saying. It was weird.
You start repeating
that's
yourself.
my bad.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple answers here.
Good.
So
Yeah, it's spicy.
Ella says no. Soup is hot. Oh no, Ella says no. Soup is hot.
You can have cold soup. False.
That's
it's
what
not, it's a thing. It's actually really
but
good.
that's what Shane said. He said, but I said you can have chilled soup.
Yeah,
So-
chilled soup.
The Moffat 6 says yes, just add bouillon.
Just add what?
Bouillon? I believe
Bouillon?
they're the
Those
little
cubes
squares. Yeah,
to
the cubes.
cereal? Sugar bouillon. Sugar
Yeah, there it
cube.
is.
I agree.
Also, Shane Michelis got it. Mouth of the Shark. That's the first I saw in the chat of the gift card.
Before or after I changed it?
That's actually a good question. I have no idea.
Because
He
if it was
found it.
before I changed it to where it's like it's not.
Yeah, we had it flat at the
I
beginning.
had it
and looked
flat,
like the same,
and like I was looking at him like, there's no way. So I made him bite
He
it.
found it.
yeah, he got it.
found
He
it.
was
He
the
got
first
her.
comment I saw about
He
it.
got it.
He's got the Wendy's gift card. Congratulations.
Wendy,
All right, the Moffat 6 says food bits with a liquid to bring it all together, and you eat it with a spoon. Campbell's Chunky notwithstanding. So yes, cereal is a soup.
Cereal is. We seem to have a lot of.
Oh, it was
cereal
Colson
is
that
a
Colson found it in the household. So
yeah,
that's Colson.
Coulson, Wendy's.
All right. Andy and Jenny Moffat say no, cereal is not a soup. It's milk over grain-based crunchy things. Soup is a broth with maybe soft grains in it, veggies, and often meat, but both can be eaten any time of the day.
I'm gonna disregard everything they said because despite that very intricate response, they said crunchy things.
Crunchy
Yeah.
things. Shane says, I disagree. I've had soup that was a cream base, no broth. Ashley's here, by the way.
Yeah,
Ashley,
Ashley.
welcome back.
They've already gone over that in the chat. That was a long time ago. Let's see.
Basically, I want to hear from the man himself right now while you're searching. Sam, is cereal a soup? You seem to think this is your favorite question, so let me hear your answer.
Now, cereal is a soup.
Lies. I disagree.
I think it's a soup.
It is. It is a soup. Because like soup can have so many different bases. It can have a broth, usually from a stock. It can be a cream base. Milk counts as the base of the soup, right? And soup also has contents inside of it. And this time the contents are crunchy carbs. Didn't say crunchy
Crunchy carbs.
things. Usually carbs. It has its chunks in it, eaten with a spoon, in a bowl. What is stopping it from being a soup?
Here's my answer to that. Fundamentally, ingredient-wise, I'll give you that it is soup. It is a soup-like substance. Here is why I don't think it's a soup. Because cereal is good any time of the day, correct? Am I the
Ye-
only one who thinks that?
Yes.
Cereal
Yes,
is good any
absolute-
time
yep,
of the day.
yep.
But is soup good for breakfast?
I could eat broccoli cheddar
If
soup
it's
any time.
Soup
of the day.
is good for breakfast because cereal is a soup. So you have to specify.
No.
what kind of soup.
I'm thinking of any other
Just-
soup that is not cereal specific. Would you eat that for breakfast?
Well, that doesn't nullify my argument because when I think of soup, cereal is into.
So
content.
cereal is breakfast soup, but it's not
Yes.
like. It's not like.
You've just conceded that cereal is breakfast soup.
But it's
Systematic
not
Cereal
like
is soup.
it's not like
Okay,
soup.
Sam. Systematic
meal soup.
soupism, Sam. That's what's stopping cereal from being a soup.
Who said that? That's
I
not a
believe.
real thing, Andrew.
That's not a real thing, Andy.
I don't know.
Bethany
think calling
says
it a
it's
soup
too
makes-
sweet to be a soup.
It's
like a
uncomfortable.
dessert soup.
Dessert soup.
Dessert soup.
You just said it was a soup.
Okay. Shirley Works says cereal is soup-er. I love it,
Wow,
Grandma.
look at that. That was good.
Yes,
All
it
right,
is.
Here's
That was
here's
good.
the internet's opinion. There's a whole bunch of reading, but basically the main thesis
Give me the
point
site.
here is,
What site is it on?
this is
Cereal is not a soup.com.
no
I'm pretty sure it's cereal
the
is
flat
a
hat. It was the first one that came up on Google, so it's the most
Okay.
gone
It's
to.
obviously the most accurate.
Therefore, soup is anything that extracts flavor from a product by letting it soak in broth. In that case, cereal is wheat and soup is stew.
So
What?
soup isn't soup.
So cereal's wheat and soup is stew. That doesn't what? Is that
Cereal's
typo
a
on their
stew?
website?
Cereal's a stew. I don't know. But that's what I said at the beginning, the broth thing.
But what about a cream-based soup?
It's a stew.
Let's see.
Stew.
That sounds stupid.
Well, that's just hurtful. And on the internet.
Because it does change color by depending on what you put on it, right? By definition,
Yeah.
cereal is a soup.
When you put those chocolatey
Nesquik
Nesquik,
Cereal?
yeah, it turns your soup into
to chocolate milk. It's amazing.
chocolate milk.
Maybe
See
okay.
what I
Maybe
changed
we're
it to
looking at this
soup.
from the wrong direction.
Goodness.
Maybe soup is cereal. Because there's often like sometimes bread is used in soup and like grains are used in soup. So
I don't think we can use Because cereal is already a subclassification, right? 'Cause there's
Well,
so many
I think
different kinds of
cereal doesn't
cereals.
actually. Cereal does not refer to the thing in the cereal is not the milk and the thing together. The cereal is just what you buy in the box. It's made out of cereal grains. That's why it's
No,
called
that's-
cereal.
That's cereal ingredient.
Siri, I said cereal, not Siri. Stupid Siri, she's always listening.
So apparently the word cereal was derived from Latin cerealis.
So here's my conclusion.
Wait,
Cereal is not soup because
hold on,
cereal
hold on.
is just what's in the box.
No.
It is just the dry, crunchy things in the box. Yes, because when you go to the cereal aisle, it's not little things of milk and crunchy things.
No. But you make a bowl of cereal, which means that you pour milk onto
But the cereal itself is just what you pour into the milk. The milk
No,
is
but
not
when
part
you
of
look at the
cereal.
no-name boxes of cereal, it says cereal ingredient.
Only on the no-name brand.
Yeah,
Guys,
but
we are
no-name's
all-
always
we're
very
all
specific
guilty.
with what they say.
Cereal gets its name from the grain, cereal grains.
Yeah, so it's cereal grains, and when you mix it with milk, it becomes a bowl of cereal, which then becomes a soup.
guys.
But the
It's
cereal
real
is just the
like
grain.
the whole soupism thing. It's real to soup, okay? Your denial means you're blind to the soupism within your own souls. From Andy, you are all guilty of soup privilege.
So
I have soup privilege.
Okay, Lipton's onion soup mix is all dry, but they still call it soup. And so the Oxford English Dictionary defines cereal as pertaining to corn or edible grain.
that's what
Any
I said.
oats or wheat that humans consume are traditionally cereal. Soup, on the other hand, is defined as liquid food prepared by boiling. Therefore, soup is anything that extracts flavor from a product by letting it soak in broth.
Okay. Cereal is cereal, but cereal with milk, I'll give you cereal with milk as a soup. But cereal is not a soup because it doesn't even have liquid.
From now on, every single time you say cereal, I'm gonna ask you to specify if you mean with milk or without. If you said I had a bowl of cereal this morning, I said, oh, so no milk?
Well, if I say a bowl of cereal, that implies the milk.
We've had like a
No, 'cause you can
15-minute
put
argument
raw
about
That's like
soup.
saying that's
cereal.
like me saying to you, if you have like chicken and noodles, you're like I had chicken and noodles.
Okay,
Was
so
it-
if
was
you
it
say
soup?
if you say I had cereal this morning,
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask, so with milk or without milk?
that's fair because a lot of
Okay.
people eat cereal without milk. I personally just don't eat cereal, so
The proper, if we're agreeing that cereal with milk, if we're agreeing that cereal with milk is soup, then the proper pronunciation would be I had soup for breakfast this morning.
Sure.
And then you say what kind. and
Well,
then
no, because you
specify.
could specify, right?
Cereal
you
is
could
the
specify right
subject.
off the bat.
My favorite soup is Nesquik.
I think my favorite soup is
honey
Golden
bunches of
grams.
oats.
no. My favorite soup is not a cereal.
It's still potato bacon.
I like meatball football barley soup.
Oh, that's good.
That's good stuff.
Broccoli cheddar, man, I'm telling you. Is that or just straight tomato?
Oh, I'm not
Nah,
a huge fan
dude.
of straight tomato.
Italian wedding's good.
Never had it.
Have you been to Olive Garden?
Yo,
Their spicy sausage cereal soup.
He's converted. That's it.
I'm
Argument over.
confused.
We
It's
do
time
have
to
a
end the
bedtime
segment. It's over.
we have a bedtime story.
We have a bedtime story, right? So.
Yeah, we
Let's-
do.
Let's throw it back.
All right. Well, it is that time of night, 7:35, when all of you should be getting ready for bed. So get your blankets, your pillows, your jammies on, because it is time for our bedtime story,
Skip all those.
which is the story Hippos Go Berserk by Sandra Boynton.
I love this one.
A wild counting story. One hippo, all alone, calls to hippos on the phone. 3 hippos at the door, bring along another 4. 6 hippos show up with a guest. 7 hippos. No, I'm skipping pages.
Yeah, I was like, you just went from 5 to 7.
There it is. 5 hippos come overdressed. 6 hippos show up with a guest. In my defense, it's quite warm up here, and these pages are sticking together
'Kay, I
because
wanna
they're
know what-
literally sweating.
What is that blue thing? What is that?
That's the
That's
guest.
the beast.
Yeah, it's the guest, but
That's the guest. It's a beast.
it's-
You'll see
it's
later.
just a beast.
Stop
Stop
spoiling the story.
discriminating the beast.
Okay, I was like 4 the last time I read the story.
He can be-
7 hippos arrive in a sack. 8 hippos sneak in the back. 9 hippos come to work.
Oh.
All the hippos go berserk.
Wow.
Wow. This is a thrilling story, by the way.
Honestly, I'm enthralled.
All through the hippo night, hippos play with great delight. But at the hippo break of day, the hippos all must go away. 9 hippos and a beast
Oh, it's the beast.
join 8 hippos riding east, while 7 hippos moving west leave 6 hippos quite distressed. And 5 hippos then set forth, with 4 hippos headed north. 3 hippos say good day, the last 2 hippos go on their way. 1 hippo alone once more misses the other 44.
My absolute favorite part of that
That was really
story
cute.
is they counted up all the amount of hippos and rhymed it at the end.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, that's
as it
really
should.
impressive.
I had never read that story as a kid. That is a great little book. It's a little confusing to read though. There's like
Yeah.
a spot where like they don't put the comma in the right spot. Anywho, that was our story. Hopefully y'all aren't snoozing.
How did this? They're in a sack, right? Those 7 hippos.
How did they get there?
Yeah. How'd they get there? Did they roll?
That's a heavy sack. Let's just be honest. 7 hippos? How much does a hippo weigh?
1,000 pounds.
You think a hippo's 1 ton?
Oh yeah.
I'd be surprised.
Gotta
if they
be.
weren't.
But like isn't okay? So an elephant's 2,000 because that's like that's the weight of
Holy
like a
smokes.
imperial.
Is it a ton? 1,000
The average female weighs about 3,000 pounds.
Whoa!
Holy goodness!
Big boy.
Wow, that
A
is
big girl.
that
Big
is
girl.
thick.
Big girl. Oh boy.
Yeah, that is
So
big.
you're looking
7
at, like,
hippos.
21,000 pounds in that sack if they're all female.
Yeah, that's like my
Holy.
bench, so whatever.
That's one side of my bench.
Well, we all can't be as strong as you, Sam.
Sam's huge.
Anyway, we have a challenge for you this week. Last week's challenge, I believe, was to take notes during the sermon.
Yes.
It wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago.
Well, right.
Did you take notes? If you didn't, you can still do that one and send it to the church. Send us email Andy, Facebook message, Instagram. We're all of those things. This week, what we want you to do is a little different. This one, I genuinely want to see these videos
Yes.
Yes.
when
please.
I return to the podcast several weeks from now.
No specific date.
That's because I don't even know. This is what we want you to do. We want you to get your video camera, your phone, set it up on a tripod, and we want you to film yourself learning how to juggle. And we want to see the finished project. We want to see you guys able to juggle. I cannot juggle.
I can juggle.
I can juggle.
I know the fundamental because I had like the Encyclopedia of Immaturity. Do you know that book?
Oh, I had
Yes,
the
we
dangerous
had all,
book for
we had
boys.
all of them.
I had that one too.
Yeah.
I had that one, and it gives you the fundamentals on how to juggle. I just never sat down and practiced well
I
enough
did.
to do
I
it.
can do one trick as well. I can
Ooh.
switch the rotation, and then
That's
I can
good.
also
Woo!
juggle with one hand and then switch back. So
I
That's
can do
pretty
like the
impressive.
throw up one and then throw up 2, catch the other one, like that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
throw
yeah.
up
In
one,
between.
and right before it's about to land, you throw the other one.
I wonder what the world record for how many things, like how many number of
17.
things, really?
I have no
Oh.
idea.
I'm gonna
That is
Google
my
it.
guess.
Like how many things has someone juggled? Because like you'd have to start throwing those really high.
Most items juggled at one time. The most balls ever juggled is 11
I was not close
and
at
was
all.
achieved by Alex Barron, who
That's
managed
quite
23
incredible.
consecutive catches and is what is known as qualifying in his qualifying juggling run.
11.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of
balls.
things to keep it. Like what were they? Were they balls? Be even sick. Way cooler if they were swords.
Because that means at
11
any given time,
swords.
9 of them are in the air.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
And he somehow is able to catch and throw them all back up before the next one
So I
comes
just going in
down
a big old
with
circle.
2 hands.
2 hands. Be sick if he uses. his
Anyway,
feet.
learn to juggle. Film
Whoa.
yourself doing it. Send it to us here at FBY, and we want to see it. It's a good challenge. Hand-eye coordination. Help you with your spike ball. Let's kick it back over to Sam. This is the part where we have.
Oh
You
boy.
lead.
It happened again. I was not prepared for this. Wasn't supposed to happen. Camera 3, you blew it.
Camera 3.
Camera 3. Okay.
It's warm.
What do we have here? Is this Matt Shields?
Yeah.
How's it going, Matt?
Good.
How's it going, Anna Banana? Here we have our special guest. I'm sure you saw her chilling out with us during the podcast. You know, just hiding. We have 2 cameras now, so she couldn't just like stand in the middle and like eat a donut string that was tied to the roof. We still haven't done that, but we should. Anna, so you finished school.
Yeah.
What grade were you in?
9.
And now you're moving to 10? And you're going to the high school, right?
Yeah.
So what quad did you choose?
Green quad.
Green quad. And what is the deal with green quad?
It's really like independent learning, I guess. Like, I don't really know, actually.
You don't quite know yet? You're gonna figure it out as you go? I went into what's called gold quad. It's like standard high school, kind of semesterized. So you chose green quad, the enemy. That's all right.
You got to be ready to work.
Yeah,
Gotta be
Jake
able
was
to do
in
it
green
yourself.
quad. All right,
That's
so
not
how was school COVID?
Bad.
It was bad. What was so bad about it?
It was just really not good at all. They
It was-
don't know how to do anything.
The teachers didn't know what they were
No.
doing? Well, I guess it's new for them as well. And it was hard to learn.
Yeah.
That's what I heard a lot of people saying. Yeah. So now you got summer. I just never see her, despite the fact we live in the same house. She's always out with like people, and I'm working. So what do you do this summer? What have you been doing?
I volunteer at the church camps for like 2 or 3 weeks,
Oh yeah, church camps.
and then I do nothing.
And then you do nothing except sit in your room.
Yeah.
And watch lots of movies. That's the life. That's the COVID life.
Mhm.
So tell us, is cereal a soup?
No.
No. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I don't think we need to get into the argument.
Yeah, we should probably just avoid that. I will politely disagree with you. Anna, could you please do us the pleasure of giving announcements
Yeah.
and closing out in prayer?
First we have, well, hello, it's morning on Monday and Wednesday mornings. Be sure to watch that. The Sunday services on the web at 10 a.m. and live stream services at 6 p.m. on Saturday and 11 a.m. on Sunday. Check out the church websites for more details. Talk to your families about signing up for the campfire gatherings. The church website has an online sign up for that. And next Friday we have a campfire for youth group, location to be announced. Watch for the details.
All right. Come on. Well, hello, it's morning. Let's get some views. Church is coming up. You heard her. Let's close it out in prayer. Anna.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you that we can come out tonight and have a fun time at the podcast. And I pray that on Saturday and Sunday that the church services will run smoothly and everything will go as planned. And please be with everybody for the rest of their night. And just help them stay safe in whatever they're doing. Amen.
Amen. Now, can you close us out with the closing out line?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for coming. See you next time on This is a Serious Podcast.
Only you, only you, only you, only you. Only you can take me there, only you can take me there, only you can take
Let's
me
go.
there. Only you can take me there, only you can take me there, only you can take me there.
Yeah.
Only you, only you, only you. Only you can take me there.
I wanna go there where there ain't no fear, ain't no cares. Don't gotta hold back, cause there ain't no tears. Those years keep going, restoring living water, keep flowing. Ain't gotta want it for life, cause it's rooted in Christ. So we seize in the moment. We giving them praise. and repping his name. Surrounded by nations, angelical beings, and all that we see him is doing the same. Laboring till we see the king. The earth submits to his reign. Better wake up, wait until we gone for the take up, take up.
Waiting patiently for what you prepared for me. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me there. To see your face, dwelling in that secret place. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me where we're going. To the place where we belong. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me where we're home. We will never be alone. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me there.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, say.
Only you can take me there.
When the king comes back, his peace and his glory will seesaw that, like a seesaw that. Dethrone him his hats, exalting his truth like his recall back.
Waiting patiently for what you prepared for me. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me there. To see your face, dwelling in that secret place. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me there.
Understand that you see my heart. Go ahead and consume my sight. Anything that'll take you apart, may you hit restart and resume your fight. Eradicate all the things that's off. Make the switch like you own that light. If I was a kite, take me on a flight, cause I don't wanna take that plight. I am a jar full of treasure, yet I'm made out of clay. Sounds crazy to say, I'm prone to the fall, but the potter is saving the day, and I'm grateful to lay my life for the king. No room for delay. What other words could I say? Better wake up, wait until we gone for the take up, take up.
Waiting patiently for what you prepared for me. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me there. To see your face, dwelling in that secret place. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me where we're going. To the place where we belong. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me where we're home. We will never be alone. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me there. See this world, it's only temporary. Want reality, not imaginary. Nothing in this earth could ever satisfy you. You'll be my God until the day I'm by your side.
Till we're gone.
To the place where we belong. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me where home. We will never be alone. Only you can take me there. Only you can take me there.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We say,
Only you can take me there.
wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We say,
Only you can take me there.
I got too many questions, like why do 40 million suffer from depression? Why does it seem like only wealthy people get the blessing? Why are we pretending everybody's friends when we got no connection? Yeah, I'm just trying to keep my head up. So much out of my head, so much I don't understand. When all of this starts swallowing